Good morning, my dear students. So, continuation of the previous lecture. Now, as of yesterday, as in previous lecture, I have we have gone through the finding out the bending stresses and displacements in full graduated leaves and full length leaves, and it is also proved that sigma bf by sigma bc equal to 1.5. That means the stress in full length leaves is 50% more than the graduated leaves. It is proved. Okay. Sorry. Now here the maximum deflection of the leaf spring can also be calculated. The maximum deflection of the leaf spring. Now we have got what we got is wait once. Hmm. The maximum deflection of the leaf spring can be derived or found as follows. Now we have from previous equations we know that, just you remember previous lecture, ff equal to 3fif divided by 3if plus 2ig, fg equal to 2fig divided by 3if plus 2ig. This is the equation for force absorbed by the full length leaves and force absorbed by the graduated leaves. Next, and also we know delta g deflection in graduate leaves is 6fg L cube EI, okay, EIG BT cube, delta F equal to 4FF L cube divided by EIF BT cube. Okay, this was the equation, previous equations. Now consider any one of these deflection equations. So consider any one, say it is considered here delta F. Delta F equal to 4FF L cube divided by EIF BT cube. Substituting the ff value which is here, let's say ff value in the equation of delta f. So substituting this 3fig divided by 3if plus 2ig in the above equation, solving we get maximum deflection. We get what? Maximum deflection. Okay, so we get maximum deflection. See here, so we get maximum deflection. So delta equal to 12fl cube divided by 3if plus 2ig bracket complete capital EBT cube. This is a very important equation to solve the problems. Delta equal. Okay, this is the equation for the maximum deflection. Now next part comes equalizer stress in the spring leaves, or it's called as a nipping. What is nipping? So we'll see here now. Now this, if you observe the diagram here, so there's a top one is the it is a master leaf, and bottom one is the graduated leaf. So top one master leaf is a larger radius of curvature. Okay, and the initial, if you see here, initial bend created through the fixing bolt during assembly. Initial bend created through fixing bolt during assembly. Nipping of leaf spring. What is meaning is there here, if you observe, the radius of curvature of the full length is kept more or it is high, and graduated leaf radius of curvature is less. Okay, so when I stack together one above the other, full length leaves and graduated leaves, you will find a gap in between all the leaves here. You will find the gap between this particular full length leaf and graduated leaf. This gap is nothing but nipping. It's called as a nip. It's called as a nip. So okay, so this, why it is required here, equalized stress means what here? Usually what happens, so as you know your previous derivation, the stress developed in the full length leaves is 50% more than the graduated leaves. So to distribute the stress among all the leaves along all the strips, so this nipping action is done. Nipping is done. Why nipping is required? To distribute the load at the most, not exactly, so almost all uniformly distribution in all the leaves, to in all the leaves. Now here, if you just same thing he has mentioned here, I just read out here. So stress in the full length leaves is 50% greater than the stress in the graduated leaves. Just now I told you. Okay. So to distribute this additional stress from the full length leaves, you can see here, from the full length leaves, pre-stressing is done. Pre-stressing is done. Pre-stressing is how it is done. This is achieved by bending the leaves into different radii of curvature. Means what just now I told you, full length leaves having a more radius of curvature, or a graduated leaf is a less radius of curvature. Different radii of curvature before they are assembled with a central bolt. With central bolt, full length leaves are given in a greater radii of curvature than the adjacent one. Adjacent one means it's a master leaf or graduated leaf. Sorry, graduated leaves, due to the different radii of curvature when they are stacked together with the graduated leaves without bolting, a gap is observed between them. This gap is called as a nip. Okay, so the nip is this gap is eliminated by tightening the central bolt. Central bolt assembly. I hope you remember. Okay, central bolt. Uh, Due to this pre-stressing is induced in the leaves. What happens? Your as their curvature is different. If I gap is there, so if I bolt it by central bolt, so what happens? They try to the gap will reduce. So automatically these leaves be under will be pre-stressed. This method of pre-stressing by different radii of curvature is called nipping. By giving greater radius of curvature to the full length leaves than the graduated leaves before the leaves are assembled to form a spring, this is called nipping. Nip. So nip is what important here. This C, capital C, it is the value of initial nip. Nip C is nothing but the difference between difference in the deflection between of the full length leaves and graduated leaves, because it happens by deflection. No, when you bolt centrally using when you tighten this using central bolt, so they will pre-stress means what? They will deflect. They will deflect. The gap is reduced. So this is the deflection. It is a difference in the deflection of the full length leaves and graduated leaves. That is capital C equal to delta G minus delta F. Now, as of you know, delta G means delta G expression, you know, delta F expression we know. That's why by solving that one, we get those two equations. We get C equal to, it is a nip. Okay, this C equal to 2FL cube I B dash H cube capital E. This is the important formula. Okay, C is a nip. Now I'll come back here previous part here once again, just to remind you. So what is IF here? Number of extra full length leaves. IG, number of graduated leaves including master leaf. B, width of each leaf. T, thickness of each leaf. L, length of the cantilever or half of the length of the spring. F, full total force applied on the spring. FF, force absorbed by the full length leaves. FG, force absorbed by the graduated leaves. So okay, so this you have to remember. Now diagram, I hope you have to remember diagram here. So this is the diagram. So this distance is called as camber. Here camber is important. Span is 2L. Okay, the master leaf and the remaining are the graduated leaves. So with this information, so we'll after nipping we'll come to one problem. We'll take one problem. First problem we'll take. Okay, now what is the problem here? Determine the width and thickness of the flat spring carrying a central load of 5000 Newton. The deflection is limited to 100 mm. The spring is supported at both ends at a distance of 800 mm. The allowable stress is 300 Newton per mm square and modulus of elasticity is 221 gigapascals. The spring is of constant thickness and varying width. Constant thickness and varying width. This is important. It is a lozenge shape. It is okay. So determine the width of the width and thickness of the flat spring. Central load is 5000. Deflection is limited to 100. Spring is supported by at both ends a distance of 800 here. The allowable stress is 300 Newton per mm square and Young's modulus is 20 to 21 gigapascals. Now come to the problem here. Now this is the diagram. The simply supported beam, it is supported at the both ends. So F is a load, central load, R1, R2 are reactions, length is 2L, it is complete length, this is 2L, span it is, H is the thickness, okay, and okay. Now given data, load he has given, load is given F equal to 5000, Y equal to 100, 2L equal to 800, 2L 800, 2L span, the distance from one left support to right support, between supports means it's 2L, so L becomes 400 here. This is important, you have to remember 2L, L. Sigma is 300 Newton per mm square, E is a 221 gigapascal means 221 10 to 3 Newton per mm square. Okay, now solution. Since the spring is of constant thickness and varying width, it is shown in the figure from the table. Constant thickness and varying width. So here from your hope you remember the previous tables, there C1 C2 constants were required. So it is a constant thickness and a varying width. Varying width means what? It is C1 equal to 3 and C2 is also equal to 3. You can see here, it is mentioned here. No, it is not mentioned. Previously in the previous part it is a lecture, you can see it is a given. It is also available in data book also. Okay, so I'll come to the next part. Maximum stress in the spring, what is formula? Sigma equal to C1FL divided by BH square. C1FL by BH square, this is the formula. Okay, so in the, if you go to the, if you recall the previous derivations of Lozenge shape, simply supported leaf spring, there it was there. This formula is derived. Sigma equal to C1FL. C1 means 3FL BH square. So okay, so it is C1FL BH divided by BH square. Now C1 is 3 and C2 is 3. That is 300. In this equation, you substitute all the values. Here, how to find out the dimensions here? Remember, we have to find out BH square, B and H. Find out BH. So we will get two equations. One is the stress equation, one deflection equation. Remember, the procedure of finding the dimension of leaf spring design is that here you have to use two equations of stress and displacement. You have to find out the values within stress equation. Next, you have to find out some values with the difference equation. From there, you will find, by comparing, by using the ratio of those, you will get the dimension, that is the breadth and thickness. Now here, maximum spring stress in the spring is this formula. So put the values. B and H are unknown, so I get a BH square equal to 20,000 is equation number 1. Maximum deflection is what formula for that condition is Y equal to C2 FL cube E BH cube. So I am using this deflection formula and I am putting deflection also given. Other C2 is also known, it is 3, F L known, E is known, BH cube is not known. So I will find out what here BH cube. So BH cube is this value. Okay, 438.914, second equation. So dividing equation 2 is divided by equation 1. So BH cube by BH square. So I get H. H is how much? 2.172. Take thickness of spring as round off to 2.5 for safer side. Width of the spring at a center from equation 1. So put the values of 2.5. Don't use 2.1, 2.5 you use it. So you get a B from equation 1 because BH square is some values mentioned there. So it is a BH square 20,000 is there. So B equal to 20,000 divided by 2.5, its square 3,200 200 mm you get. From equation 2 I get B. Again I get B how much? 2,780. So select the bigger value. So you get two values of B. Select the bigger value as permissible value. B equal to 3200 mm. The values of constants C1 and C2 for cantilever beam case, he has mentioned here. C1 C2 C1 6, C2 4, and now for uniform and non-uniform 6 and 6. Okay, now this is the one problem I solved. Now I'll stop here. I'll solve next problem in another video. Thank you.